Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to set this up really quick. First of all, thank you to Zachman Rides Yo, as always. Man is golden. And also Adam from NWF ADV. I'm going to link his channel below. I'm going to also put in another contact link for him, because if you happen to be in the Northwest Florida area and you need help learning how to ride the sand around here, number one, you can help. But more importantly, if you're planning on coming vacation down this way, or you live down this way and would like a guide, someone to take you on an outing for the day. He has bikes, you can use your bike, whatever. I'm gonna link all that information too. He's just really cranking this up. He's already been doing for motorcycle repair for quite a while on his own, has his own mobile business. But I cannot thank Adam, NWF ADV, enough for taking the time to do this. So onward and upward. Scratch babble. All right, well, what's going on, everybody? With Zachman Rides Yo, and we're out here meeting Adam, a guy who is kind of like a sand whisperer. And we debated for literally 2 hours last night about whether to meet at Blackwater State Park or the Eglin Reservation. So we decided, because we've had a lot of storms coming through, and we were trying to think what would be flooded, blah, 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 blah. Adam wanted to stay out of the mud. So we agreed on a spot. Zach pinned it, sent everybody the coordinate so that we could avoid this one particular area that's all mud. And we get there, and Adam's not there. So we think, well, maybe he misunderstood and wanted to go to the area that we were trying to avoid. So that's where we just went. He's not there either. So I get to ride this damn muddy, snotty road twice, which is not at all what I want to do. So I turn the camera. Oh, see, I'm all squirrely all over the place. I turn the camera on now instead of during sand lessons, because I don't know, it's 50-50 whether I have a wreck or not here. What's going on, man?
Just hanging out.
How's life?
I guess it's all right. First world problems, so it can't be too bad.
Amen. I tell you, I've got a little first world problem that I'm thinking I might need to address it now. I'm at 180 miles. I thought I was going to have more gas when I got up here. I might need to go get some gas. Is there any sand back there?
A little bit. It's pretty wet, so it shouldn't be bad.
That's what we went through the other day, but it was like,
yeah,
it was sugar fine.
Yeah, it's like piled up, so yeah, it would be soft if it was dry for sure.
All right.
It would still be soft now.
All right. Well, when we get to it, you can show me how to do it, right, and I'll try to figure it out on my end. I knew that was coming. I need to close my bag too. Ready?
Oh, look.
So, Adam, how many things did I do wrong on that? Right now, Adam's laughing on the inside. All right, I'm good. Let's see what kind of stupidity I can come up with next. Is my camera still on?
Still good.
Sweet, thank you. This is where we turned around. So Adam's gonna take my bike and he's gonna go through this sand. Zach, you gonna go through?
Sure.
You say sure. I went down on less sandy stuff. So let me just show you. This is typically what we run into out here. It'll be, you know, semi harder pack. And then today it's really wet, but as witnessed by my get off, it really didn't make a difference. And I just watched Adam go through on his bike, and he actually said, I have to think about what I do because I normally do it without thinking. And your bike didn't move at all. You didn't move at all. I mean, there wasn't a bobble. There wasn't anything.
I had some weight transfer.
Did you?
Felt it.
All right, so he's going to get on my bike. Let me do up the straps, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back on. You doing recon? He's doing he's doing recon. I feel like I'm doing a pregame show. We'll come over here and we'll talk to Zach now. Zach, before you take on these sand rut, are there any words you'd like to say to your family and friends? Amanda, he's okay.
I don't want to be cremated.
Well, that may end about 4 feet into the rut. Now, Adam has his own channel, NWF-ADV, and we actually met up not long before that. And he's offered to take me out to ride sand 682,000 times, but I've been too chicken shit to do it. So after my last few excursions, it was time. All right, he's winging it this time because he is doing this cold. So let me explain to you. Even though that is wet, as witnessed by my fall, it sucks. He's gone through this rut now twice. But that's the other part of my problem is I can't stay in the rut. Right now he's faster. And it danced around a lot more on him that time. And on the next pass, I'm going to try to watch him as he comes towards me so I can get his body movement. Oh man, he just came all across the sand. And he's going back and forth. So his upper body is just staying completely still. That's crazy. It looks like fun if I can ever get there. Yep. I'm sorry if I just blew your ears out. Here comes Adam again. Now he's got a KTM, but he just hopped on my KLR and he's ripping through this stuff. It's just crazy. All right, now I'm looking at his body position and everything else. So he's pretty straight up and down. He's got his weight back some. Of course, he's got weight hanging off his back. But I mean, that's the speed I duck walk through. And here, Zach and I are talking because I wasn't ready for it. Hopefully, here he comes back. I'm gonna get him to do it again. Adam just came ripping through this stuff. I didn't know he was going to do it, so I had my camera off, and we're sitting here trying to verbally analyze. Oh! All right, stop. I need to ask him a question. All right. I got two things. Number one, you got to go back and do that high-speed thing. I didn't know you were coming in and film it, and that was freaking amazing. But here's my question. When it starts plowing, the front started plowing, and you were sitting down that time. Yeah. When it starts plowing, how are you counteracting the plow? Are you doing it with a leaning, or what do you know?
If I'm standing, it's more of the lean, but probably both sitting and standing, enough throttle to counteract your speed reduction is nice. Just because, like, if I'm going real slow, standing or sitting,
right?
This one was regular speed, but before I was going super slow. It's the same plowing and everything as going fast. It's just more, it's longer, it's prolonged, so it's more noticeable and it feels worse. But you're going slow, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
So that's kind of where it feels better to go faster because it will rock the bike back and slightly reduce the plow. But if it was actually soft sand, like real deal stuff, you're gonna plow no matter what. So it just feels better in a way when you're going faster because it's shorter of a freak out. But it also can feel worse because now you're at risk because you're going fast.
Yeah, because I feel that danger. He told me several times on the phone last night, he said, I don't know how I do what I do. I'll have to think about it. Because when I teach, it's just like the very beginning basic stuff. And he said, and people have to work on that, you know, like practice. And then as your confidence picks up, it just kind of falls into place. And that makes sense, you know. That makes sense to me. The more confidence you get, the more you're going to push it. All right, here we go. All right, check this out. God, it's just freaking amazing. So when you feel the front start to plow, you're giving it a little more gas as well as just using your weight to try to overcome it.
Right. Yeah. So if I'm standing up, which I personally am most of the time, especially on the big bikes, the reason I'm standing is because when I want to change balance, left or right, weight on my left, weight on my right, or change direction, it's a lot more reactive to my input. The bike's a lot more reactive to my input. If I'm sitting down, I can still do stuff, but I don't have as much control, which you've heard a zillion times on the internet. So in the sand, if I'm starting to plow, basically what'll happen if I'm standing up, you're coming through, so it'll start pulling your wheel to the left, you know, turning it this way, so you're to the right, I guess, if you were on the street. But it's pulling the bike down to the left because just like on the street, if you push on the opposite side, you'll go, you know, it's kind of counterintuitive almost. So it's kind of the same thing. So it'll turn this way, but it's making me fall this way. So you're putting your weight on it to keep the bike straight up and down, but that little bit of throttle input counteracts the fact that now, since your front end is plowing, you're losing momentum. So if you maintain that same throttle, depending on what bike, it'll either stall out or you'll just come to a stop because now you have so much resistance. So I'm overcoming the resistance, and then I'm also just maintaining that speed on the back tire to help also stand the bike up straight.
My turn. I think the whole secret to this is goggles. It's already in my head. Unbelievable. All I did was look ahead. That was the difference between that and every other time I've done it. Holy shit. I'm shitting myself right now. All right, I'm gonna try coming back on that high line now. I gave up on it. That was me. I gave up on it.
Spring effect. I saw you throw a little extra into it. Didn't close it again?
I'm a dumbass. It's definitely looking ahead. But what you described right before I got on the bike is exactly what I did not do, which is when the bike started to plow and lean one way, instead of me leaning the other way, I just gave into it.
Yeah.
I just gave into it.
Like I said, for these first few, try not to focus on the technique. Just know you got to
I
relax.
didn't.
Yeah, I know. Just know you need to relax and just look ahead.
That's the only The only thing I'm thinking is look ahead.
Yep.
That was the only thought in my head. But when that happened,
Did I zip my bag?
and did I zip my bag, and did I attach my pannier lid? I'm gonna catch so much shit for that. Thank you. The entire time I was looking on where it ended. And then as I got farther into it, I was looking beyond where it ended.
Yeah.
This time though, I was doing the same thing. But when I look back on the video, I think also what happened there, when I started going a little wonky, I think I'm cutting throttle some and don't realize I'm doing it. You proved you could go through it slow. That's what I'm gonna try to do this time. All right, I'm gonna do one more. That's amazing how tiring it is falling on your ass. Oh, I should cut the throttle at the beginning. I didn't mean to do that. You know, I don't know how the fuck I just stayed up.